So, those of you who follow me know that I've been trying to break the stigma about, going to therapy and taking care of your mental health. Been doing that for years, but I've been very hesitant to talk about this aspect of mental health for various reasons. But yeah, I don't see a lot of people talking about it, so I just kind of want to raise some awareness about it. So I'm in couples counseling with my partner, and I talked with them and they agreed that it was okay to talk about this in general terms. So um and I think my initial reluctance about talking about this um had to do with, like, how people get when they're like, oh, you shouldn't be on social media airing your dirty laundry or whatever. And also, like, there's sort of a stigma. I don't know. I've been afraid of the stigma of talking about this and then having people, like, judge me for potentially not being able to manage a good relationship or whatever. So I don't care. Anyway, um, it's been really helpful. And some of the things that have been talked about have had to do with um, stuff that we've both dealt with in our backgrounds um, that gave us communication styles that were not, the best for a relationship. So I'll pick on myself. I'll give myself as an example. So I was raised in this environment where it wasn't okay to talk about negative emotions or process them, like sadness, anger, etc. So you just kind of bottled it up inside. And that was that was how my family was taught to cope with things. Like, I believe that's how my parents were taught to cope with things, upsetting things in life, and just trying to stay focused on the positive, and things like that. And it's okay to stay focused on the positive, but it's also good to process the negative, like sadness and anger. So I think this is my natural communication style, which I've gotten better at, is not talking about my negative feelings and bottling them up inside, and then, like, kind of letting it build up and becoming resentful. Um, and so I've really learned to break that down. And I've just also learned more about myself in general. Um, it's been challenging. I think couples counseling is more challenging than regular therapy from what I've seen so far. But it's good, and it's kind of like, no matter what happens, um, if people stay together or if they separate, the couples counseling is still good as long as you have a good counselor that you really connect with. It's good to learn these skills to, make your relationship better, if, like, things, if you're going to stay together, or if, you eventually separate, having these skills to bring to your next relationship.